In today's video, I'm gonna share with you some cool stuff that I've seen online. I have organized all of these different accounts and people into different sections in this video, so you will be able to find the different chapters. I'm gonna be talking about different artists, industrial designers and graphic designers, some makeup, jewelry, fashion, and people. I hope this video serves as inspiration. Maybe you find some small Instagram accounts and brands that maybe you would like to follow. So let's start. Also, by the way, excuse my obnoxious pimple patch. I have a volcano pimple and I need to cover it up. I didn't want to use one of those see-through pimple patches because then you can see all of the infection coming out, and I thought maybe by the end of this video the patch would be completely white, and yeah, it's quite nasty, so I wanted to spare you seeing that. If you see me looking down, I'm just reading some of my notes. You are probably seeing right now the pink computer here, and I will be editing in the pictures and Instagram handle names of all the people and brands over here on the computer screen. So let's start with art and artists. The first artist I'm gonna talk about is Eduardo Milán Sañudo. He's a Spanish painter who specializes in figurative painting. I think he's a really good technical painter. When I saw some of his paintings on Instagram, I thought they were pictures. He mostly paints interiors. In a lot of paintings, he explores how he sees things through glass. And yeah, I just think the textures that he achieves with that are really nice, and I would really love to own one day one of his style paintings. Next up is Nara Nikala. All of the layered compositions I feel like are really attractive, as well as the colors that she uses. I think her portraits are really beautiful and have a sort of fairy-like quality to them. She is a Filipino artist, and I believe she sells her prints online. I was able to find her website. I didn't see any of her prints on sale, but she's probably selling them somewhere. Next up is an artist and designer from Argentina called Enigmatri. I didn't find his real name, but this is the Instagram handle that he uses. He does abstract paintings, combining his paintings with the ASCII code, which stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. And it's basically used to assign numerical values to characters. While I was looking up some information about him online, I was able to find this website. That's an archive where there's a lot of these ASCII or ASCII artworks, so that's also quite interesting. Next up is an Estonian artist called Anu Jacobson. I'm sorry if I pronounce any of these names wrong, by the way. She makes airbrushed paintings as well as prints, and she has her own website online where all of her prints and paintings are listed, so it's pretty easy to find her and buy any of her work. I was really attracted to her artwork because I think that it looks very internet coded. It kind of looks like a meme turned into art. Next up is an artist from Japan, Kyoto, called Haruna Hijikata. She's a multimedia artist, but I really love her ceramic artwork and sculptures. All of her magical girl wands made out of ceramics, and the way that she glazes them and the colors that she uses, I think that it's extremely nice. And I would love to get one of her magical girl ones someday. It's super nice. She also does some Tamagotchis and video game controllers that I think look really sick as well. Next up is another Spanish artist that I found on Instagram called Julia Graueras. She's a Barcelona-based artist and she does kinetic sculptures. In her work, she critiques the soulless social construct of femininity. And I just think that all of her pieces are really intriguing. I would really love to visit one of her exhibitions someday, like be able to see her work exposed in a gallery. So if you wanna really look into her, I would recommend going to her webpage. Next up is a Portuguese ceramic artist called Kati. I'm not gonna try to pronounce her last name. I really like her way of incorporating the trendy cross stitch into ceramics and the way that she uses this technique to build ceramic objects. I think that they look really good. I can imagine it might be hard to have all of these holes into your ceramic piece and then put them in the clean and pray for it not to break. Next up is an Instagram account called Secret Witchery. She hand makes and hand sculpts all of these creepy dolls, which I think are extremely nice. She's based in France, and I don't know, I just think that they are so well made. Everything is so detailed. She even makes the clothes, so every doll is custom made, and all of the clothes are also custom made as well by her. And yeah, I just really want a creepy doll from her. I just love them so much. Now we move on to industrial design and graphic design. First up is a graphic designer from Australia called Hayley Morris. I really like her collage artwork as well as all of her typography work. Her Instagram is really well curated in my humble opinion, and I think that she has really nice work on there. Next up is a graphic designer based in Amsterdam. Also same thing, her Instagram is super nice, and I think that it's really worth looking at. I liked all of her print and color work. She's been working with something that she calls puff print. I don't really exactly know what that is. I'm actually interested. I would like to know. Moving on, it's an industrial designer based in Germany. I really love his heart brick. I don't know, but I just feel like if I ever own a house, I want to be able to build something with this heart brick exposed. Like, I just think it's so aesthetically pleasing. I don't know. I also saw in his webpage, he made some sort of steel modular piece, which is clearly inspired again by this cross-stitch motif. And he used it to build a bench. And I don't know, I think that it makes the bench, which is it's literally just like 3 blocks of wood. But I think that adding this piece makes the bench look so delicate. I don't know, I think that this is really genius. Next up is another Spanish artist called Irene Molina. I believe she works with 3D printing. I found all of her work on Instagram. I think that her Instagram is as well really curated. It's kind of like an art gallery. And what I loved the most about her work was her, I don't know, I'm gonna call them twin sculptures, where she has 2, it's a figure replicated but vertically inverted or vertically flipped, like, you know, in Photoshop where you can just horizontal flip or vertical flip things, kind of like that. Next up is 6 Dots Design. They are a UK-based furniture and homeware brand, I believe. All of their metalwork has these sort of organic shapes. And what's really cool about them is that if you follow them on Instagram, they share a lot of behind the scenes of how they well and how they build all of their pieces. So that's also really nice. I would love to own, I don't know, like I could not choose one piece from them. I really love everything they do. Next up is Bar Project, which is a multidisciplinary studio based in Estonia. I found them through the artist that I talked about before, Anu Jacobson, because they did a collab together and they turned some of her prints into puzzles and they were selling them. But then I found this heart-shaped table and also a silver shiny blanket that I thought were really nice. Then Night Fruity, which is a ceramic studio based in Seoul, Korea. I just really love everything they do. If I ever go to Korea, I would love to book one of their open studio slots so that I can go there and take one of their classes and be able to make an object with them. Next is Handheld Ceramics. They are a ceramic brand. I think they are based in the US. It's sort of like graphic design on a cup. And I think that the combination of all of these different painting techniques, I think it makes for a cool effect. Next up are just some random things. First off, the paperclip wall hook that I have been using in all of my collages lately. I just love it. I would like to just have it all over my walls and just hang things from the paper clips. Something else is Murano glass trinkets. I know people are obsessed with Murano glass lamps, but I just think that they are quite boring. is usually just a round bowl made out of Murano glass, but I think that Murano glass trinkets like cups are really cool, and I think that it spices up a room if you use it to decorate. Some of the artists that I found that worked with Murano glass are Gaetano Pesce and Carlo Moretti, but I think it's something that you might be able to find vintage for extremely dirt cheap. Something else I cannot stop thinking about are vintage obnoxious teapots and tea sets in general. I feel like I want to build a collection of weird looking, creepy looking tea mugs and teapots, like a mismatched collection. Yep. Next, now we move on to jewelry. Most of the brands I'm gonna talk about is all handmade. I actually think all of them are. Okay, first brand is Coches by Carla, and I just think it looks super cool and playful, and the cool thing about those rings is that you can buy one ring, and then if you want to change the color of the card or whatever, you can just buy a separate card, but you don't need to buy the ring base. They are interchangeable. I am actually really looking into buying one of her rings. Next is Studio Gogo, which is a jewelry brand based in Berlin. I just think that the whole concept of the studio is super cool, where you have these silver jewelry pieces that you can interact with and add your own Lego pieces to them. That's really nice. One of the last things I saw from them was their... I think they started making chains for necklaces and bracelets, where it was a, the tiny one-piece module of the Lego pieces. I think if you add colorful Lego pieces to those chains, it might look really cool. Next is Raphael Everdeen, a jewelry maker based in Paris. I'm obsessed with all of his pieces, really. I need the star necklace. Like, please, I need the frilly star necklace. I would die to have it. Next is Ebony Munro Jewelry. All of her pieces look vintage, like antique finds that you would see at a thrift shop, but better. I'm really in love with all of her locket pieces. I actually told my boyfriend that he needs to propose to me with one of these custom locket rings, and inside the locket it needs to say "Marry me," but it needs to be a question mark because you never know what might happen. Next is Shanna Cave. She's based in the US. She has this picture with where you can see an ear with a bunch of her bow earrings in different sizes all stacked up, and I think it looks amazing. This is my dream ear stack. Next up is someone I found recently. She's called Miranda Andrea, and I believe she's based in Mexico. I think she makes really cool glass jewelry, and I really like her pieces where she has all of these glass pieces intertwined to form a necklace. Finally, while I was researching pictures to add to my collages on Pinterest, I saw these beaded dog necklaces, and I was able to track who made them. So first off is the Lone Beader, which is a beadwork artist based in Boston, I believe. Yeah, they do custom orders, and they actually have a Etsy shop. The other one is Adorable Beads. They are based in Japan. I feel like the first artist makes the dogs in 3D, and this one makes it like 2D. So it's a flat necklace. Now we move to fashion. Okay, first brand I'm gonna talk about is Evade. It's a Spanish brand, and I'm obsessed with all of her cups, the cups that they have in the newest collection. They also have super nice, fun graphic tees. I wanna buy the 2 cups. I'm just obsessed with them. Next up is La Masquerade. I actually don't think this is how you're supposed to pronounce it, but whatever. I found them because they made a shirt with like an edited Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg shirt, and it just was insane. Like, it's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I just think that their graphic tees are insane, and also just the overall vibe of all of their clothes is extremely nice. And yeah, just, I don't know, like, bring political awareness back to fashion. They slay. I might be obsessed with cups at the moment because I cannot stop thinking about them. All of the brands I'm talking about today that have a cup on their website, I'm gonna say that I want it. I just think that I unlocked a new obsession. Anyways, they have a pay me cup, and I think I should buy it because that's my new life, I fear. I just did a freelance job last month, and they still didn't pay me. So yeah, pay me. Next brand is Leavald. Don't know how to pronounce it. I think that they are based in Paris. Their pieces might be a bit crazy for some people, but if anything, you can look into their socks because I think that they are super cool and it's a really easy way to spice up an outfit. Next is Urtecat. I found them through their Lucky Girl collection. And ever since then, I've been following them, and just now they dropped a new collection on their webpage. It's a brand based in Lithuania. And again, in this new collection, they have a cup called the Princess Cup, and I want it. Next is Cocaletto. It's a curated vintage shop online, I believe, based in Germany. But what I like is their original pieces. I really like their splittable dress. I saw it last summer and I still think that it's awesome and I really want to buy it. And also this year they came out with a graphic t-shirt that says 2026 is gonna be my year. And yeah, I need to buy it because this is the energy I want to manifest. Next up is another curated vintage online shop called Nine Folds. Before, everyone was obsessed with the jelly firkins. I found them selling them. And yeah, I just think that they are one of the people that kind of saw this trend coming. In their webpage, you can also find any firkin you can imagine. I think that the selection they have is super nice. I saw once a felted firkin. Maybe it's like the next firkin trend. Who knows? Next, I'm gonna talk about some bag brands. First off is, oh my god, I mean, I can't pronounce it. I butcher it every time. I don't know German, I'm sorry. But it's a leather accessory brand. All of the pieces they make are limited and handmade. They have a webpage, but it's a catalog. You cannot buy anything through their webpage. So if you want to buy anything from them, you need to send them a DM on Instagram. I think that is a super cunty brand. My boyfriend bought 2 of their lighting cases. I believe it's cowhide. But yeah, it's just a super cool bag accessory. I have it with my Tamagotchi and I always bring it dangling down my back. Next up is Binzo Studio. It's a UK fashion brand. They do not only do bags, they also do clothes and other stuff. They make these modular bags made out of square pieces. They used to emboss the leather on the first bags that they were making. So all of the squares looked like tiles. You know, these 3D detailed tiles with organic ornaments. I will scroll through their Instagram and see if I can find one of the pictures of those bags. Finally, for the bags, it's an Italian brand called Dienne. I don't know. All of the bags are handcrafted in Italy, and I think that if you're looking for a structured bag with a geometrical design, this is a nice one. And they also have a really nice selection of materials and colors. Next up is Jewellery. They make handmade pieces in resin, and I believe they are made in Thailand. Yeah, they are based in Thailand. I just love all of their trinkets and especially their hairpins. I think that they are really fun and cool for styling. Next up is a tattoo artist based in London and Bangkok who does skin latex tattooed accessories. I find her work really intriguing and I also love her tattoos. Next up is 2 fashion designers. The first one is called China. Everything she does feels really niche, almost like an art piece. I saw one of her leather embossed necklaces and it just looks like an art piece, something that could be in a museum, but when she's wearing it, I think that it looks so cool. The last one is another designer to keep an eye on, Stella Min Kiang Cho. She's made some really nice designs and bag accessories and shoes as well. Finally, we move on to makeup. The first one is not really makeup, it's more like a makeup accessory because it's a pouch made by Panda Forest. I think that they are a Taiwanese brand. This is a really nice makeup pouch that you could attach to your bag. I just think that it looks so cool when it's filled with stuff. Next is a makeup brand. It's called Mata and it's also a Barcelona-based brand. So it's a Catalan brand in Spain. So everything is highly customizable. You have different options for each lipstick case as well as the lipstick color that's gonna go inside. Next is kind of like a general thing. It's lavender and pink cool toned makeup. Most of these makeup products are from Korean and Japanese brands, but I'm just really into this whole cool toned pink monochrome look. I think that it looks really stylish. And then also on Instagram, there's this account called Cool in Japan. And I'm obsessed with every single one of her videos, all of the makeup looks that she makes and all of the products that she buys and gets sent. She also does a lot of content talking about fragrances, and I'm really intrigued by them. I want to smell them. I would love to try them on and smell like a 2-day-old goth fart. Next up is people I found on the internet whom I'm genuinely invested in. First up is Matthew Keith. His Instagram account is Toes on the Brain. I'm obsessed with everything that he posts, and whenever I see one of his, I think it's word of the day. Yeah, whenever I see one of his word of the day reels, it just makes me so happy. I just would love to see his house. I imagine him having a huge room filled with Barbie stuff, like as a Barbie storage sort of, with all of his Barbie dolls, the Barbie clothes. Yeah. I thought he might have some really cool graphic tees, like super cunty, slutty tees. His merch is kinda sad. Hit me up if you wanna hire a freelance designer. I think that I actually would do it for free. Like, I just love him so much. Next up is Tarina Tarantino. I was aware of her jewelry brand. I really like this new personal account that she opened. I think that this is a recent account. She also opened up about her personal struggles with the brand and the difficult times. This sort of content is really refreshing because you usually see these people living what seems like the perfect life. When they are vulnerable and they open up about all of the struggles behind the scenes, it makes them more human. And I don't know, I feel like I like the brand and I like her way more now. Next is Liu Chirkova. She has a really cool curated Instagram page. It really looks like a magazine. And yeah, I just think that her creative direction is really nice. Another Instagram account is Arina. I believe she's a stylist and she might be living in Paris. Her Instagram page feels really stylish and curated, but super effortless at the same time. I do like her style a lot, and I feel like it's good for fashion inspo if you are at the moment looking for some of that. Other YouTube accounts. So I found 2 new YouTube accounts. The first one is Ksenia Hontova. She does a lot of fashion content and she posts really frequently. I have been enjoying her content a lot. And the next one is Sylvia. Her YouTube page is more about being okay with having a slower period in your life. I do really like her a lot as well. Maybe I will need to split this into 2 videos because I've been talking for 2 hours. We shall see. Oh my god, see, my voice is kind of gone. I'm not made for talking. Okay, bye. Where are you? She's currently online. Daddy says I'm too fat, I should bend down to some grass.